Hey, what is going on guys? It's Connor here from MenuDocs and welcome back to a new video on the channel. This marks the day that we are starting our new mini-series on the channel. This is basically where we're going to be showing you guys how to make a music bot in discord.js. Now, obviously, I'm not going to show you how to make a Discord bot using ytdl-core because that is some basic stuff. What we're going to be using is we're going to be using Lavalink, and if you haven't heard of Lavalink, basically a bunch of big bots like Rhythm, Fredboat, and a ton of other bots use this because it is absolutely amazing for music quality. Now, without further ado, let's get straight into this. First, what we're going to do is we're going to add a music directory to our commands file. So we're going to add music here. And then what we're going to do is head over to commands and add a new folder called music. And then inside this, we're going to do play.js. Now, we're going to completely ignore this for the time being because I'm going to show you how to get this Lavalink file. So we're going to head over to the package that we're going to be using. This is the package that myself and War from Developer Hole, or just a mate of mine, have been working on. It already has 58 downloads and it hasn't been advertised anywhere. So we're going to make this boom and it's going to be absolutely amazing. So you want to head over to this link right here. You're going to open it up, and then as you see, there's going to be 4 files and you're going to have a jar file right there. I did not mean to click that at all. Basically what you want to do is download all in a zip, and then you'll want to put it straight into the base directory of your bot's files, and name it Lavalink, or it necessarily doesn't matter what it is, but we're going to head back here and we're also going to go to this link of example, because you're going to need an application.yml, and you pretty much don't have to touch this at all. You don't have to modify it in any way, shape or form, and then you're going to plop that right in the folder as well. As you see here, I've not touched it at all. You can disable and enable all of these. I'm pretty sure I just made majority of these false, excluding HTTP. Next, what you want to do is we're going to do a start.bat. If you don't know how to make a start.bat, basically I've made a tutorial on how to make a batch file in general. So just zoom through the channel and see if you can find that for yourself. And then you want to plop that in there and you want to run this line, java-jar lavalink.jar. And we're going to be opening this bat file every time that we want to use the music commands in our Discord bot. And if not, if you don't want to use them, you can just remove it from loading in the command.js. So just remove this line, not this line, this string that's been added into the load function here. But basically, we should be okay with just these files here. Next, I just want to talk a little bit more about this client. So basically, we've made it so that it's a lot more user-friendly than a lot of clients. And that's not to disrespect any other clients. That's just saying that we made this client with usability in mind over anything else. So it should be really good for newbies. And we've added a bunch of examples and such. And just note that this can be used for andesite as well. This is more of a higher level stuff, so we're not going to talk about it because andesite is not completely different from Lavalink. It's just a separate thing from Lavalink. Now, without further ado, what we're going to do is we're going to head into this play file, and I'm just going to quickly zoom into one of these files and steal the construct here, just because I'm a little bit lazy. So we'll remove that, and then we'll change these guys to play. We're probably going to add p as the alias and probably just pp play, like as in playlist play. This is going to be the music category and that will be added to the help command, obviously. Next here we're going to be play a song from YouTube, play a song, playlist, or search for a song from YouTube. Now we're going to remove all this because it's not needed, and then we're going to install the erela client. So it's not going to be it's not necessarily needs to be added to every file. So we're just going to save that for the time being because we're going to head over to our ready event. Right, so now that we're in our ready event, we're just going to move that down a bit, and then we're going to do const. We're going to do erela client here. Next, we're going to do utils as space equals require. And then obviously you have to install this. I've already installed it, so I'm not going to do so. And then we're also going to const and then nodes. And we're going to grab these from our bot config, obviously. Now, I will show you what it looks like, but I will just need to clear out that file so you can't see anything. Just because I have like all the token and everything. And so this is what it looks like. It's just an array here. It's going to error because there is actually a ton more in this file. I've just removed it. But it's an array with an object inside, and each object can have different nodes, and you can log into all of those, obviously. But for the time being, it's just a local host with the port of 2333, if I can speak it to English. And then the password is you shall not pass. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go down 2 lines here, and we're going to have a bot extension of bot.music, and then we're going to equal new erela client. And we're going to pass 2 parameters here. We're going to pass the bot as the first one, and then nodes as the second. And then we're going to go down 2 lines. We're going to do, not 2 lines, down a singular line. And we're going to do, if there is a node error, so on node error, we're going to console.log that error. And then we're going to do several more of these. Not once, sorry. We're going to do, I believe it's node connect. So node connect. And then we're going to pass a empty arrow function here, and we do console.log successfully created a new node. Now this will console log in the bot batch file, saying that it's successfully connected to the node that we provided. And then we're going to do queue end here. So every time the queue ends, we're going to pass the parameter of player here. We're going to do player.textChannel.send, and then we're going to do queue has ended. Now note that this client has an inbuilt queue system. We did this purposely because we wanted it so that people could easily queue up playlists without any issues here. So we're gonna, basically with this line here, you don't have to add this. It's what it does is it's gonna remove the bot from the channel once it's finished its playlist. But finally, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do dot on track and then track start, and we're gonna pass a few parameters here. So if I can just quickly do that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some object deconstruction here. We're gonna do text channel, and then we're gonna want to grab the title and duration. So basically this is the player parameter, and then the next one is track. I'm just going to deconstruct those to grab the elements I need. So we're going to do text channel here. We're going to do text channel.send, and then we're going to send now playing, and then we're going to do title. We're going to use utils up here as we've required. Utils.format time. We're going to add duration here, and then we're going to also add true. Now when we add true, it's going to give it a smaller format. So for instance, let's say it was 2 hours and 47 minutes long. Okay, it would display it as that. Okay, not that. It would display it as that. Whereas if it doesn't display true, it's going to have 2 hours 47 minutes. You know, it's like a longer version. But what we're going to do is we're going to close that off, and then we're going to add a backslash, another backtick here, and then we're going to add a dot then, and we're going to delete the message after it's after 15 minutes, because you can add a timeout here to the delete function method. Don't forget that. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to do this for a later tutorial. We're going to add bot.levels. It isn't really necessary at this current point in time, but you will find out later on why we'll need this. So we're going to add none, and none equals 0.0. And then we're going to do set low, and then we're going to add 0.10. And then we're going to do set, and that's going to be medium. And that's going to be 0.15, not 16, 15. And then the next one here, set. And we're going to do high. And high is going to be a big jump here to 25. I'm going to add a semicolon here. Now this is the file done here. So now we're just going to hit save. We're going to close that because we don't need it anymore. Now I know this video has already been an extremely long video and it's going to take quite a while to write out 71 lines of code. So just bear with me, we'll get through this. So first what we're going to do is we're going to need to require the client up here. So we're going to do utils and then equals require, and we're going to put erela.js in there. And then after that, we're going to do const rich embed because we're going to use rich embeds in here obviously because I love myself some rich embeds. We do require discord.js. Now that is the only requirements we're going to need. Next, what we're going to need here is we're going to deconstruct the guild member like returned object from the message.member, and we're going to do and get the voice channel, and then we're going to do message.member here. Then after that, we're going to check if they're in a voice channel. So if there's no voice channel, it's going to return, I believe, null. So if there's no channel, we're going to return message.channel.send. You need to be in a voice channel to play music. And a semicolon. Go down 2 lines. Const permissions equals voice channel dot permissions for. And we're going to check the bot.users permissions here. So we're going to check 2 permissions. Should probably add a space there to stay consistent. We are going to check if permissions.has, and we're going to check connect. So this will check if they have permission to connect to the channel, and if not, we will return a message stating message.send. We will say I cannot connect to your voice channel. Make sure I have permission to. We're going to add that. Next in line is we're going to check if the permissions.has have permission to speak. And then we're just going to pretty much return the same message. So we'll hit that with a copy paste there. Next, we're going to go down 2 more lines. We're going to add args 0. So we're going to check if there isn't an argument provided, we're going to return. And we're going to return another message.channel.send, obviously. Next here, we're going to please provide a song name or link to search. There we go. Got a semicolon. Don't forget semicolons, guys. Next in line, we're going to be doing const player equals bot.music.players.spawn. And then we're going to provide an object here. So guild is going to be message.guild. Next in line, we're going to have text channel, and that's going to be message.channel. Next in line is the voice channel, and depending on if you're in master or stable, this is different because I think it's voice.channel or something like that. But in stable, sorry, it's voice channel. So that's all done. Next in line is to build the actual search function for the music. So what we're going to do is bot.music.search, and we're going to search the args join here. I did an oopsie there. I didn't mean to stringify that. And then bam, add a space in between. Go across to. Next, we're going to do message.author. Now we're providing this guy here, the second parameter, as the requester of the track. Next in line, we're going to do res, as in result, and this will start our switch case. Now our switch case is very fundamental to this because it's going to allow us to make a lot of simpler code here. So we're going to have case, and we're going to be checking if track underscore loaded. Now there's track loaded, which will be if you provide a single URL. which we'll sort this out first and I'll talk about the next one. So we're going to do player.q.add. We're going to add res tracks and then just the first result here. We're going to go to the next line, message.channel.send, and we are going to say in a queue in, I think I spelt it right or wrong. No. Yep, that looks a lot better. We're going to do a backslash here, and we're going to have res.tracks, and we're going to add obviously the first element, and then we're going to do title. So note that the YouTube videos, they have titles, not names, before anybody gets confused with that. We're going to add another backslash with a tick here, and then we are going to add utils dot format time. So we're going to format the time here, and then we're going to add res dot tracks, the first element obviously, and then duration, and then we're going to return the second parameter is true. Now if you want it to return false, just don't add it, because it's not needed if you want it to be false. So that bit is done. We're gonna add a semicolon there. Next in line is obviously I'm just gonna quickly add a space there. I'm getting to a new thing where I'm putting a space after the if and in between the brackets there. So we're gonna add, if the player isn't already playing, we're going to play dot play. So player dot play here, and then we're gonna add a break. If I can get to the code there, and a break. Now, next in line is we're going to add a new case, obviously. This case is going to be search underscore result. And with these search results, what we're going to do is we're going to let index equal 1 and add a semicolon. We're going to have const tracks equals res.tracks.slice05. So that's going to return only the first 5. So this is where we do our const embed. If I can be where I want to be, const embed equals new rich embed. So we're going to add a set author here, and inside the set author will be song selection with a full stop. Then the second parameter is going to be message.author display avatar URL. We're going to be adding a set description where it's going to host all our... We're going to map this obviously. So we're going to do tracks.map, then video, arrow function, and we are going to add backticks here, index ++, so that it increases with each one. We're going to add a dash. Sorry, hold up. Let's add this markdown on the other side so that the dash is highlighted. And then we're going to do video.title. And then that should be almost it. We're going to add a footer because we're obviously going to be using a message collector here. So we're going to add to the footer, if I can get there, your response time closes within the next 30 seconds, full stop, type cancel to cancel the select. Now we're going to await the send of this just so that it's sent before the message collector is created, and we're going to send the embed. We're going to go 2 more lines down. We're going to do const collector, and then we're going to do equals message.channel.create, if I can spell, create message collector. And then we're going to pass m as the parameter here at a curly brace. And we're going to return the filter m.author.id equals message.author.id. And we're going to add some regex here. So regxp, well, exp. And then we're going to add a up arrow. Don't forget the up arrow. We're going to add a bracket here. We're going to add a hard bracket, and we're going to do 1 to 5 line cancel, and then on the end here we're going to add a $. And then we're going to do, as the second parameter, we're going to add a I inside a string. And then we're going to obviously test this, and we're going to test it with m.content, so the message.content. Then we're going to go down. We're going to add the time that it times out with. So we're going to add time. Sorry, we're going to add time, which is 30 seconds. That is, yeah, so that's 30 seconds. And then we're going to add for a max of a singular response. And that will try and avoid any errors. Next, we're going to do collector.on, and we're going to do onCollect, and then we're going to pass m as the parameter yet again. And in here, we're going to check if cancel i.test, and then we're going to test the m.content yet again. And then we're going to return collector.stop with a reason of cancelled. Now, when the message content, the first received message content is cancel, it will stop the collector straight away. This is very important because if you miss this, it will error. Next, what we're going to do is const track equals tracks, and then we're going to do number m.content because we want it to turn into a number, and we want a -1 there. Next, what we're going to do is player.queue.add, and then we're going to add the track. Next in line is we're going to return the message. So we'll just grab this from up here because it's honestly the exact same thing. It's not res, so we'll just remove the res here, and then we'll just remove the track here, and then it should just be, yep, that should be it. And then next in line is if the player is not playing, we are going to player.play. Right, now we're almost at the end of this, guys. Let's do the collector end, obviously. So we're going to do the end event for the collector. So collector.on end, we're going to add, sorry, that is not what I wanted to add. I wanted to add a comma there. Now, we're going to have the parameter here that we don't use, so we're just going to have it as an underscore. Then the next one is reason. Add that. And then we're going to add some array includes here. So we're going to check if the array, so for instance, we're going to add time and cancelled. And then we're going to check if the reason includes, and then we're going to send a message to the channel saying cancelled selection. So this means that if we do end up providing cancel, it will just send the message that the selection was cancelled, ending the collector here. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to obviously add a break, and then next in line is our final but not least playlist underscore loaded. So this means that when there is a playlist, it will add all the songs pretty much. So res.playlist.tracks.for each. So we're going to add a loop here, and then we're going to do for each track, we're going to player.queue.add track. Now a semicolon at the end yet again, and we're going to do const duration equals utils.format time. We're going to add res.playlist.tracks.reduce. So we're going to use reduce for the first time ever in these tutorials, so pay attention. There's no use adding the curly braces after the arrow function, so we're going to do duration here. And obviously it's an object, so make sure that you add the curly braces inside the other brackets here. I'm going to add cur.duration, and then at the end after the second, I believe, yep, we're going to add duration yet again, and then true, if I can spell true. There we go. Now we're going to add let's just add, we'll pretty much add this here yet again. So it's just going to be enqueuing res.playlist.tracks.length. So it's going to say how many tracks were added. And then we're going to have the duration, which we've just added all together. So it'll be all the durations of all the tracks here. And then we're going to add the name of the playlist as well. And then we're going to do if not playing, if player.playing, we're going to player.play. And then obviously this is the end of this. So we're going to do break, and then we're going to add a catch here. So catch message.channel.send error message. Now this should be it, guys. It's the entirety of the code. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to start up the bot real quick. So I've brought up this file, and I always start with opening Lavalink first. So it will run this file here. You don't necessarily have to wait for it to finish, but what we're going to do is go back to the main file here, and we will open this. Yep, I forgot to async the res function here. That's funny. All right, cool. Now I've made this a node file as well. It doesn't use nodemon, so that's interesting. So this should start up, and as you see, it's successfully created a node. And what we're going to do is we're going to jump over to Discord, but before then, I'm going to have to play the Oxide hosting advertisement here. So listen up. This video is proudly sponsored by Oxide Hosting. With this hosting company, you can never go wrong. They provide outstanding customer support, and all for a low price. Their services range from website hosting to Minecraft server hosting. If you are interested in them, be sure to check out the link in the description below. So we are in the Discord where we record, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly run play, and you'll notice that I'm not in a voice channel. I'll join a voice channel as it takes half an hour, and then we will play, for instance, no copyright music, please. No copyright sounds. And then it will return options here, and we can, let's just go with the first one, for instance. I just realized that my Discord is playing through my speaker. There we go. Let's turn it down a bit here. And once you guys start using these tutorials, you'll notice that Lavalink is really, really good quality, especially if you're the one hosting it. Like, it is extremely crisp, and you can modify the music as it's playing as well, and we'll get back into that later in other videos. But just so I can show you that the playlist one works as well, we'll go to youtube.com real quick. We'll search up no copyright sounds, and we'll see if we can find a playlist just quickly. I'm not sure if these are... I just need a playlist. Okay, so we'll copy the link of this. So we'll open it in a new... it's a mix. That's helpful. Well, I'll just show you that the link works. So we'll copy, for instance, this link. Copy this link here. And we'll just play the link. And then it will... Oh, God. I've done a boo-boo. Where is it? Ah, there we go. So that will be fixed, and then obviously I'm gonna have to stop the music here, but I don't have a stop command at the moment, so that's fun. So what we're gonna do is just quickly open the bot.bat again. So I know this has been a very long video, guys, and I do apologize for that. So we're just gonna do play, and then we're gonna play that song. Obviously the playlist one does work. I have tested it. It's tested here somewhere. I'm not sure where, but it is tested. It does exist and it does work. But I'm going to end the video off here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you are excited for this new tutorial series, because I am. I cannot wait to get all these videos out. I'm going to record all these videos today, because then they are going to be uploaded every single time at the exact day, exact time. Just so you guys can sit and wait for the tutorials to come. I might even premiere the videos as well. That's a possibility. So, hope you guys have enjoyed. This has been Connor here from MenuDocs, and I really cannot stress that this is going to be probably the best mini-series that we've had on the channel. So, yeah. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.